Welcome to Words with X, where words keep us moving from day to day. I'll be honest, y'all, this episode wrote itself. It did. It pretty much wrote itself because it was the talk at my job, my real life job. It was the talk of it. And from that, I took that spark and ran with it. Don't know what I mean? Let's dive into this, y'all. So let's be honest and real for a minute, shall we, y'all? Let's get real with each other for a moment. We all have ideas. We all think this and that, how we would like something to be and or done. It's in all of us, to be honest, in all of us. And we all have them. We've all had them. We all have them probably every day, pretty much, ideas, okay? Can we agree on that? Cool. Now, here's another thing that's in us, which is common after the idea. And I'll be honest, my opinion here, it hurts us in the long run. And that is, we don't act on that idea while it's fresh. Think about it. Really stop and think about that. Yeah, I know. I know circumstances at that time may not be ideal, but a lot of times, y'all, we as people just let the idea be just that, just an idea. Well, I hope the name in this episode is what I suggested to production, which is Strike While the Fire is Hot. Get that? Strike while the fire is hot. Do it. Don't wait till it's cold and try and use it to burn the lumber. No, strike while the fire is hot. Strike while it's hot, people, and fresh, and on your mind. Because if you don't, I promise you, if you don't, and you just let it be an idea, it's going to fade away over time, and in the end, you're only hurting yourself. You truly are. If you just let it sit there and be an idea, we know we all do that, like, oh, I'm going to do this, but you never actually do anything past that, you're only really hurting yourself in the end. You are really only hurting yourself. Hell, I'll use this very episode as an example for what I'm saying. At my real life job, my podcast came up, and it's been a few months since my last video, and I told myself that day, you know what? That's the spark I needed to get back behind this mic. That's what I need to give me that push to go out there and do it. Because I'm going to be honest, I love making podcasts. You can tell by the energy. I love doing it. I love making them and describing it. But the problem is sometimes it falls flat and takes a while. I don't like doing it too often. And it becomes a job. I lose the passion for it. And entertainment is not just there. I think I talked about this in another episode. So there's that. And not to mention sometimes it gets to be so repetitive. Like the writing part, I do that all day long. That's fine. But then it comes down to sit down, do the mic, do the studio time. That can be a little redundant. And then it's not as thrilling if I do it so much. So that's part of the reason why sometimes the podcasts take a while to come out. The same with all my other YouTube uploads or my TikTok uploads. Anything uploaded pretty much online varies in time because of that. I don't want to lose that passion. But as I said, they were talking about my job. That's the spark I needed to get back behind this mic. So I said, you know what, bump it. I wrote out the script. I'm gonna schedule studio time later for it. So I used that as the spark to get going. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying it all got done in one day, or at the time of this recording, it did not get all done in one day. But I didn't just let it be a idea that floated away and never saw the light of day. Or like a lot of my scripts are sitting right now, which I'm trying to get better about, but something that got written out. Took the step, but it never came to reality, which not fully. It got written, so that's even better than what I was saying. So I didn't even let them float away. Just I didn't follow through with them like I wanted to. But I told myself at the time of this recording, I was not going to let this just become another idea. It goes into the archive of scripts and then just sit for a long time. I wanted to strike while the fire was hot. Use what I'm saying. And I did just that. And now I went through the process. I wrote the script out. I'm here in the studio now, a mobile studio. I'm doing that. I'll send it over production after I'm done with this recording. And they'll do whatever they do. That's on production's end, not my end. But they'll produce it and all that stuff. Then it'll get uploaded. So the point is, long story of that story short, before I go on too long and make this too long a podcast than it needs to be, because trust me, I'll get more finicky about watching how long I run with these things. I didn't just let this be an idea that so many people do. Think it, never goes nowhere. Don't do that. That's what I'm trying to imply in this. Don't let that happen. Strike while the fire is hot. I think at the time of this recording, it was like 3 hours ago when we were talking about my podcast came up, and I said, okay, let that be the spark. And then I ran with it from there, wrote the script and did mobile recording and all that. So like I said, strike while the fire is hot. Strike while the fire is hot, people. So I'm going to say this, and I probably said it a couple of times in other videos, I'm sure, but I'll say it again because it's so true. Faith without work is dead. Meaning if you're standing still, you ain't going nowhere. That is legit. You ever seen somebody say, I'm going to go to the mall and not move? You ever seen somebody say, I'm going to go get some chicken or something and not move? Again, faith without work is dead. Meaning if you stand, well, when I say meaning, I mean my interpretation of it. Meaning if you don't put that work in to whatever you have faith in, you ain't going to get what it was working for, you know? That baffles my mind that so many people believe just faith and you ain't got to do the work to get it. No, faith without work is dead, people. That is my belief. I fully believe it. It's proven every day. Faith without work is dead. And I'm going to say it again, meaning if you're standing still, you ain't going nowhere. And I'm saying all this because the saying goes for your ideas. If you don't do something to bring them to reality or make them happen, you can only blame yourself at that point. Dude, it doesn't really matter what the thing is. I'll give a couple examples here. I'll give a few, all right? Say someone bugging you at work. You can sit there all day long. Oh, this dude pissed me off, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't bring it up to someone in management, that type of person who can do possibly something about it, then you can only complain so much. That's on you. Like it's just someone bugging you at work. If it gets to a point, go to your HR, management, supervisor, boss, whatever. Let them know they're bugging you. They will then take the steps from there. Hell, that is their damn job, people. That is their job. So in that situation, if you just letting that be an idea that they're bugging you and you want something to change and you don't go to the right people, again, like I said in the beginning, you can only blame yourself. You can only blame yourself. I'll give another example. You don't like the way your body looks? Walk more, exercise, diet, all of that stuff if you're able. I ain't saying kill yourself. I'm not going to go into no body image and all that stuff like that. That's a very hot topic around the world. I'm not going to touch that, but I'm just saying if you do not like something about yourself, maybe you want to lose a little gut or maybe you want your arms, whatever it is, I'm not going into deep about that. I'm just saying if you want to change something about that, change it. I'll give you an example from your boy X's life personally. When I was in my early 20s, I used to get haircuts all the time. I liked the way it looked, but after a while, I was like, you know what, I'm tired of going to people to do it, but I still want to get my hair cut, so I learned how to shave my own damn head, and that's what I've been doing ever since, and I like to look a lot better. And I bring that all back to, like I said, you got an idea? Take the next step. Strike while the iron is hot. I'll give you another even idea. Don't like how hot or cold you are? This is a simple idea. If you don't like how hot you cold, or at that moment you sit in the house, you cold or hot, guess what? Put on the damn sweater. Or take off a sweater if you're wearing it. Or turn the AC on. Turn the fan on. People. There is so much just from a little idea that can be done. Just a little, like the idea you can have. It's big in your head. We all know. It's big in our minds. But you have to take the next step, and the next step doesn't have to be the end result. It could be just little steps by steps to get there. And see, I'm saying all that because all that falls back to the theme of this episode, which is strike while the fire is hot. Please strike while the fire is hot. If you can. If you can't do it right at that moment, do something to help you remember so it'll still be hot later. Like I'll use an example at the time of this recording about the fire I had for this inspiration for the episode. I could have wrote it down and not recorded it the day. I'm looking back, I don't even know if I recorded it the day of, but I could have just wrote it down. Even that's still doing something. It's not just thinking it. Just like, prime example, years ago, actually before me and my wife bought the house, we wanted to buy a house. Okay, we didn't just buy one the next day and not do research. We looked, we walked around, we did it. So, strike while the fire is hot any way you can. It doesn't have to be dig the whole ditch right then. No, just crack the ground a little bit, you can come back. Crack the ground a little bit, you can come back. And I'm saying that because I've talked about this in another podcast back in February 2024, last year. Procrastination, I've touched on this before, but I'm going to touch on it again. It will still remain true pretty much to the end of time. Procrastination accomplishes nothing. I'm going to say that again because I'm sure some people are like, what? I'm sure some people are like, that's too many big words. But procrastination accomplishes nothing. It accomplishes nothing. And yet, I'm going to go off on this. And yet society is still drinking from that procrastination bottle like a toddler in his bottle. They procrastinate. Again, procrastination accomplishes nothing. Like the quote I love this quote. I saw it the other day, and I mean, I've heard it before, but I had to write it down just so I could put it in the podcast and everything like that. The quote says, "There is no greater harm than that of time wasted." And that's by Michelangelo. I'm going to say it one more time because it's just so smooth when you think about it and really listen and really dive into it. There is no greater harm than that of time wasted, by Michelangelo. To me, that's just such a powerful quote, because time is short, y'all. I'm be honest. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. No matter what, time is short. So why not use it to bring your idea to life? Why waste it? Why? This is all my opinion, but it's such a pet peeve of mine, and it irritates me at times so strongly, so hard, the theme and the stuff I'm saying in this episode. I had to get this episode out to remind others not to let your ideas be just ideas. Don't let them just sit. Don't let them just rot in your, not even rot, no, pretty much call it what it is, rot in your mind if you don't actually take the action afterwards. Do any little step to bring any idea you had that you feel is good, bring it to life. You want a new car, like I said earlier? Maybe I said it, maybe I was just thinking it. You want a new car? Save for it. Do like $1 a month, $0.25 a month. It don't matter. Just save for it. Save any kind of little bit. And that's even saying, if you have a job, if you don't have a job, well, I mean, that's going to be your first step. Get the income to get a car. That's what I mean when I say any little bit to get towards to bring that idea to reality. Any little bit. You want to meet a new girlfriend? Go out to clubs or bars or anywhere, really, to meet a new person. Hell, they got it so well in today's time. This is actually how me and my wife met. You can do it online. You ain't even got to get your ass up to go do something. You can sit down on the computer, play. Hell, you can sit down on your tablets, on your phones now, go on all these dating apps and everything like that, and meet people. And it's just irritating me because it's that easy, and it just, as I told you, there's a pet peeve of mine when they let ideas just right away. Like I said, if you want a new girlfriend, you can do all of that. I'll give you one too. It's a funny one, but it's the truth here too. If you want me to stop talking these long behind lists, turn the damn volume down. Because it's the truth. I mean, I'm going to still keep going on. That was my last one for the episode. I apologize about the long list, but that's the truth. If you wanted me to stop running through this, turn the volume down or hit pause. Either way, the idea to want me to stop still requires that action after to make it a reality. So I'm bringing back. I know I'm getting a little carried away. So point is, people, ideas are precious. They're precious and wonderful and unique. And it just bugs me. And it's just a shame, pretty much, to you, really. It's more of a shame to you and only you if you don't let those ideas become a reality. Simply because you didn't want to take that first step towards it while the fire was hot. Yeah, that's just, the idea just saying it makes me hurt thinking about all the ideas. Even myself, I can't even say not just people in general. I've done it. We're all guilty of this. If you don't strike while it's hot and just let it fade away, you really are only hurting yourself. And that's just a shame. As a matter of fact, if you ask me, that's a damn shame. Well, that's another Words with X for you today. Hope it got you thinking a little bit about some things. Hope you feel that fire burning for you now, and you take a step towards making that idea of yours a reality. Doesn't have to be big, like I said. Doesn't have to be big. Keep this in mind, people. A small pebble can always start an avalanche. And that is so true. A small pebble can always start an avalanche. So if you feel that fire burning next time, strike while it's hot. Strike while it's hot. And as always, remember, words is what keeps us moving.